The origin of life means the emergence of veritable and evolvable self-reproduction. Origin of life is a very complex subject and oftentimes controversial. There are several theories about the origin of life. From all these theories, science does believe and accepted Oparin-Haldane theory, which is known as biochemical theory. According to the Oparin-Haldane model, life could have arisen through a series of organic chemical reactions that produce ever more complex biochemical structures. They propose that common gases in the early Earth's atmosphere combined to form simple organic chemicals, and that this in turn combined to form more complex molecules. Then the complex molecules became separated from the surrounding medium and acquired some of the characters of living organisms. They became able to absorb nutrients, to grow, to divide, reproduce, and so on. Actually, this theory is science because it is based on facts, but I believe in the existence of God. For me, God is the origin of life. In reality, the existence of God has long been under attack by a large portion of the scientific community, often referred to as scientific materialists. Their basic tenet is that everything in the universe is the result of the strict mathematical laws of physics and blind chance. This belief creates several dilemmas. First, there is the scientific evidence to explain how the universe came into existence out of nothing. Likewise, trying to explain the design of the universe without the designer makes little sense. But perhaps most difficult is trying to explain the origin of life without a creator. What does the evidence support? Did life just emerge? In looking at scientific thinking concerning the origin of life, the term emergent is often encountered. The assumption is that life somehow emerged in a stepwise transition from chemistry to biology. While the term sounds scientific, its meaning is not. It implies that through a series of chemical reactions, life just happened. Somehow, matter became life. So, is there physical evidence for a creator? First, consider the law of biogenesis. Life comes only from life. Louis Pasteur's famous research showed what has been confirmed ever since. There are no instances of life being spontaneously generated from non-living chemicals through any natural laws. Second, there is no such thing as a simple cell. Even one-cell organisms like the amoeba are incredibly complex. DNA is so complex that scientists are still trying to unravel its mysteries. DNA is common to all organisms, so every organism is complex. DNA expresses the design platform used by the creator of all life. Such complexity does not just develop by accident. Related to the obvious complexity of life is the lack of randomness. If the origin of life was just a chance happening, why is there such organization? Among other things, the genome is a set of instructions for procreation. The message found in the DNA of even a simple amoeba is more than all 30 volumes of Encyclopedia Britannica combined. Such complex messages embedded in all life provide strong circumstantial evidence that a superintelligent being, God, created life. There seems to be a great divide between the scientific community and the religious. When considering the origin of life, there are two alternatives. Either life originated naturally or life originated by the actions of an intelligent being. At present, there is little or no evidence to suggest the former. Why the divide? Because scientists make the initial presumption that life emerged from basic raw materials through a sequence of events that was completely consistent with natural laws of chemistry and physics. Many dismiss the idea of God as the creator of life out of hand. The same supposition is also used when considering the creation of the universe. But can science convincingly explain everything? Beauty, ethical judgments, free will, reasoning? There is one aspect of religion that scientific materialists do accept: faith. They have faith in natural explanations. Should not the religious be allowed to have faith in God as the creator based on the evidence? What would it take to convince a skeptic that God does exist? In Jerry A. Coyne's book Faith versus Fact, Why Science and Religion Are Incompatible 2015, he is a professor specializing in evolutionary genetics at the University of Chicago, has this answer. Suppose that a bright light appeared in the heavens and supported by winged angels, being clad in a white robe and sandals descended into my compass from the sky, accompanied by a pack of apostles bearing the names given in the Bible. Loud heavenly music with the blaring of trumpets is heard everywhere. The robed being, who identifies himself as Jesus, repairs to the nearby university hospital and instantly heals many severely afflicted people, including amputees. After a while, Jesus and his minions, supported by angels, ascend back into the sky with another chorus of music. The heavens swiftly darken, there are flashes of lightning and peals of thunder, and in an instant the sky is clear. If this were all witnessed by others and documented by video, and if the healings were unexplainable but supported by testimony from multiple doctors, and if all the operations and events conformed to Christian theology, then I'd have to start thinking seriously about the truth of Christianity. Really? Is that really all it would take? Interestingly enough, an event somewhat similar to the proof Professor Coin requires is prophesied in the Bible. The book of Revelation describes how Jesus will descend from heaven, will trumpets blaring, but even that will not be enough. It is prophesied that the world will gather armies to fight him. Not only that, but biblical history indicates that God did appear to the ancient Israelites at Mount Sinai from the book of Exodus chapter 19 verses 18 to 20. In spite of this, they fell into idol worship and rejected him. Again, God sent Jesus to the earth where he healed many and even raised some from the dead. Yet, very few believed him. Is there a viable alternative to God? The evidence is before you. The Bible clearly says that God is the origin of life. Then God said, "Let us make man in our own image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female. He created them. From Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 to 27. See also from John 1, 1 to 3, and Colossians 1, verse 16. Believing God as the creator of life is not just based on blind faith. There is also ample evidence all around us from Romans chapter 1 verse 20, as the Bible admonishes, "Test all things, hold fast what is good." From 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 21. Thank you.